Imagine this. Two young quarterbacks, both confident, both dripping with swagger, both leading their teams with undeniable energy and charisma. Yet somehow, only one of them gets celebrated for it, while the other gets torn apart by critics and called arrogant. That difference, that unfair double standard, has Shedeur Sanders fans absolutely fired up this week. Jaxson Dart, who has been steadily gaining attention lately, found himself in the spotlight after leading his team to an impressive victory over the Philadelphia Eagles. Before that game, Giants offensive coordinator Mike Kafka spoke highly of Dart and couldn't stop praising his demeanor on and off the field. He said Jaxson has a lot of confidence, and that's what you want in a quarterback room. Swagger and confidence, according to Kafka, go hand in hand. He believes Jaxson has both, and that it's an essential part of being a great leader. He went on to say that all the quarterbacks in their room carry that same mentality, that edge, that self-belief, which is exactly what it takes to compete at the highest level. Kafka's message was simple. You can't survive in this league without swagger because the NFL is filled with the best of the best, and confidence is what separates the good from the great. It was the kind of glowing review any young quarterback would dream of. A veteran coach praising your swagger and confidence, that's the stuff that builds hype, earns respect, and shapes how fans and media see you. Soon after, ESPN insider Adam Schefter posted a video showing Dart's confidence on full display, highlighting his attitude, his walk, his energy, everything that screamed leadership and self-assurance. But what Schefter probably didn't expect was the reaction that followed. Almost instantly, Shedeur Sanders fans flooded social media, furious about what they saw as a major double standard. They couldn't believe how Dart's confidence was being hyped up as leadership, while Shedeur's same energy was often portrayed as arrogance. To them, it felt unfair, hypocritical, and rooted in the kind of bias that has followed Shedeur since his rise to fame under the spotlight of being Coach Prime's son. These fans pointed out that when Shedeur celebrates on the field, flashes his watch, or shows emotion after a big play, the media rushes to call him cocky or self-centered. Yet when someone like Jaxson Dart displays the same confidence, the same swagger, it's instantly described as passion, poise, or leadership. It's the exact same behavior, but completely different treatment. And that's what has sparked outrage across social platforms. Supporters of Shedeur argue that his confidence is not arrogance, it's earned. It's built from long nights of preparation, intense pressure, and the enormous expectations that come with being both a star athlete and the son of Dillon Sanders. They say that swagger isn't just for show. It's a reflection of the mental toughness needed to perform when the entire world is watching. For Shedeur, that swagger is his armor. It's what keeps him locked in and unshakable, no matter the criticism or the spotlight. The conversation has grown far beyond just two quarterbacks. It's become a larger discussion about how the media and fans often view players differently based on who they are and where they come from. It's about perception, about how one person's confidence can be called leadership, while another's is called arrogance. Fans have been sharing side-by-side comparisons of Dart and Sanders, posting videos that show both players celebrating, both hyping up their teammates, both leading with swagger. The difference isn't in their actions, it's in how those actions are described. As more fans joined in, the debate turned into a full-blown social media storm. Some argued that this isn't new, that the sports world has always had uneven standards when it comes to confidence and attitude. Others believe it's a reflection of deeper cultural bias, where certain athletes are expected to act humble and quiet, while others are allowed to be loud, bold, and expressive. Regardless of where you stand, it's hard to ignore that the same thing Shedeur gets criticized for is exactly what Jaxson Dart is being praised for right now. Still, many believe that this conversation could actually work in Shedeur's favor. Because every time his name trends, every time his fans speak up, it reminds the world that he's more than just talk. He's a player with real skill, composure, and star power. Despite the criticism, he continues to perform, to lead, and to showcase that same swagger that his supporters love him for. Whether the media embraces it or not, Shedeur isn't changing who he is, and that's what makes him stand out. When you look deeper, swagger isn't about arrogance. It's about confidence, belief, and having the courage to own your identity in a league that tests you at every turn. Every great quarterback, from Tom Brady to Joe Burrow to Patrick Mahomes, has their own version of swagger. It's that inner fire that says, I belong here, and Shedeur Sanders has that in abundance. So the question that's echoing across the football world is simple. Why do some players get celebrated for swagger, while others get criticized for it? Is it media bias, personal perception, or something deeper? Whatever it is, Shedeur's fans aren't letting it slide anymore. They're calling it out and standing by their quarterback with pride, reminding everyone that confidence should never be a controversy. Because when it's all said and done, swagger doesn't win or lose games, talent does, and Shedeur Sanders has both. So let's stop pretending confidence is the problem and start appreciating the passion these athletes bring to the field. The drama in Cleveland just got a whole lot louder. Veteran sports commentator Skip Bayless is once again lighting up the NFL world, and this time he's taking direct aim at Cleveland Browns head coach Kevin Stefanski. In one of his most explosive rants yet, Bayless accused Stefanski of blatant favoritism, claiming he's protecting Dillon Gabriel, his so-called new pet project, while sidelining the more naturally gifted rookie, Shedeur Sanders. In a fiery appearance on the arena gridiron, Bayless didn't hold back. He said, "The coach has a new pet project, and it's Dillon Gabriel. I'm rooting against Dillon Gabriel, not out of hate, but because I don't want him to succeed." He went on to add that Gabriel isn't nearly as talented as Shedeur, suggesting Stefanski's ego and pride are driving his decisions more than football logic. Bayless argued that Stefanski is dug in, refusing to budge even as fans and analysts demand fairness for Sanders. According to Bayless, what's happening inside Cleveland's quarterback room isn't about performance, it's about politics. Now, this isn't coming out of nowhere. Cleveland's quarterback situation has been chaotic for weeks. After veteran Joe Flacco was traded to Cincinnati, only two quarterbacks remained active, Dillon Gabriel and Shedeur Sanders. Naturally, most expected Sanders to rise as the backup and eventual starter. But instead of giving him that opportunity, Stefanski delayed, citing player development and prudence. He claimed he was simply being mindful of the team's future, saying, "I always have to be intentional about my decisions, especially at the quarterback position." But Bayless wasn't buying it. He argued that the Browns didn't promote Sanders out of genuine belief, they did it out of embarrassment. The Browns shamed Stefanski into this move, he said, implying that public backlash forced the coach's hand. According to Bayless, the whole situation reeks of favoritism, with Stefanski choosing loyalty to his own draft pick over the undeniable potential of Shedeur Sanders. Tensions reached a boiling point during the preseason when Sanders struggled in limited action. He completed just 3 of 6 passes for 14 yards and was sacked 5 times, a rough stat line that critics quickly jumped on. But Bayless insisted those numbers don't tell the full story, accusing the coaching staff of setting Sanders up to fail. His frustration poured out on air as he exclaimed, "I'm outraged. I'm sickened by the way Shedeur continues to be treated by those sorry Browns and that sorry Kevin Stefanski." While Bayless's words hit like thunder, not everyone agrees. Some insiders told Sports Illustrated that the reality might be simpler. Sanders just isn't ready yet. They argue that the coaching staff's patience isn't favoritism, but strategy. Developing a young quarterback takes time, and rushing that process could hurt both the player and the team. Still, the optics are hard to ignore. Gabriel, a third-round pick chosen roughly 50 slots before Sanders, seems to be getting more leniency, more chances, and more trust from Stefanski. As the Browns move deeper into the season, this controversy could test the entire organization. It's not just about who starts on Sunday, it's about whether players and fans can trust the leadership at the top. If Shedeur Sanders continues to sit while others struggle, Cleveland might face more than a quarterback problem, it could face a culture problem. Skip Bayless's fiery critique might be harsh, but it taps into something real. The idea that opportunity in the NFL isn't always earned. Sometimes it's controlled. Whether you love or hate his delivery, Bayless is forcing the conversation that no one inside the Browns organization seems ready to have. Is Shedeur Sanders being overlooked because of bias or because of reality? Only time will tell if Kevin Stefanski's choices will pay off or backfire. But one thing's certain, the heat in Cleveland isn't just coming from the field, it's coming from Skip Bayless's microphone. So what do you think? Does Skip Bayless have a point, or is he stirring up drama for ratings? Is Kevin Stefanski protecting his guy or protecting the team? Let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and turn on notifications because this Browns quarterback saga is far from over, and we'll be breaking it all down right here.